Hello everybody. Today we're going to learn about inequalities. Inequalities are similar to equations, except for inequalities do not have an equal sign like an equation has an equal sign. An inequality actually has an inequality symbol. So to get started, take your half sheet and we are going to go ahead and create a foldable. So take your half sheet and fold it in half. And I'm going to crease it, fold it in half. And now what I want you to do, it should open like this, like a book, okay? Then what I want you to do is take your top sheet right here, your front cover of your book, and I want you to cut it in half. And so when we have it, we should have a top sheet open and a bottom sheet open. The only problem is I want 4 sections, so now I'm going to take this half and cut it in half. Please make sure you're only cutting the top front cover of the book. Doesn't have to be exact. And now we're going to take this piece and we're going to cut the bottom part in half of our front door. So now when we see this, I have 1 section, 2 sections, 3 sections, 4, okay? On our doors, I want us to label the first door less than. On the second door, I want you to write less than or equal to, because we're going to learn about the differences of these. On the next one, I want you to write greater than. And on your last flap, I want you to write, yes, you're right, greater than or equal to. Good job. Yours should look like mine and have 4 flaps on it. Alright, now we're going to put some information on the back. So I'm going to open my less than door. And on the left side, we are going to write our inequality. And on the right side, we are going to model it on a number line. So on the left side, in words, we want it to say measuring less than measures, measuring less than. Measuring less than. And here's my example. My example is B is less than 4. Is this an equation or an inequality? Yes, it's an inequality. If it was an equation, I would see an equal sign. Do you see an equal sign here? Okay, it's an inequality because of that symbol right there, which is less than. B is less than 4. Now, I want you to go ahead and we're going to practice modeling it on a number line. So we're going to go ahead and draw a number line. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and we can number it any way as long as our numbers are in consecutive order. And this says that it is less than 4, okay? So we have 2 symbols that we're going to use today, alright? We have an open circle and a closed circle. The open circle does not include the number that we're talking about. The closed circle does include. So with that being said, the closed circle, if we have equal to, that means we're going to include it. So equal to means the closed, and the open does not include that number, okay? On our inequality, we would see a line that line underneath there means equal to. Okay? Does this one have the equal to line underneath our less than symbol? It doesn't. So since it does not have that, are we going to have an open circle or a closed circle? Good. We're going to have a open circle on which number? 4. Open circle. And it says B is less than 4. So we want to shade all of the values less than. So if I go to the left of my circle, to the left, I'm getting my numbers less than 4. All right, let's look at the next one. The next one says less than or equal to. So this is where we're going to see that symbol, less than or equal to. So I'm going to flap it open, less than or equal to. And I'm going to go ahead and write my inequality. And I'm going to say in words that I want to measure less than or equal to. And this time I'm going to say, for my example, E is less than or equal to 8. E is less than or equal to 8. Okay. So, inequality or equation. Is it an equation? No, why not? That's right, because there's no equal sign. This is an equality because an inequality has an inequality symbol. Let's graph it on a number line. Let's model this representation on a number line. You can start anywhere. I'm going to kind of put 8 in the middle since that's the number of my inequality. And I'm just going to go a little bit forward on my number line, and I'm going to go a little bit back on my number line. Now, since it says E is less than or equal to, we have to determine first if we're going to have a closed circle or an open circle on our number 8. So let's look. Do we want to include 8? 8 is less than or equal to 8. We do want to include 8. So it's a closed circle because it has an equal to. Since that line underneath the inequality says equal to, we want to make our circle closed. And it says E's value, E, the variable E, is less than or equal to 8. So I want to shade on my number line all of the numbers that are less than 8. Is 8 included? Is 8 less than or equal to 8? Yes. And since we wanted to include 8, we had a closed circle there. Good job. Let's try another one. Now we're going to look at greater than. Greater than. We're going to write our statement first. We're going to say that we are measuring greater than. Okay, we're measuring greater than. And here's my example. I'm going to say that A, there's my inequality, is greater than 5. And yes, it's an inequality. It's not an equation because an inequality has an inequality symbol. That's the greater than or less than sign. So I know that 5 is the number that I'm going to put my circle on, okay? So let's look. I'm going to make my number line. And I'm going to create my number line. Now I have to determine if I want to include 5 or not. This says 8 is greater than 5. Let's put 5 in there. Is 5 greater than 5? No. So do we want to include 5 or not? No. So let's put 5, and it's going to be an open circle. The only time it's a closed circle is if it has this line right here underneath our symbol. That means equal to. Did this one have it? No. So we have a open circle. And it says greater than. So A is greater than 5. What's a number greater than 5? 6? 6 is greater than 5. Is 7 greater than 5? 7 is greater than 5. Okay. What about 3? 3 is greater than 5. Does that work? No. So we want to shade the direction of the number lines that would work if we substituted them in for our variable. Good job. We've got one left. This one is greater than or equal to. So we're going to write our measurement. What are we measuring? We are measuring if they are greater than or equal to. All right. So now I'm going to give you my sample. And my sample is A is greater than or equal to 10. Okay. I'm going to create my number line. And I'm going to put my values. Okay. Now I need to look at something. It says A is greater than or equal to. Because of that line underneath our inequality symbol, we know that A is greater than or equal to 10. So since it says equal to, are we going to use a closed circle or an open circle? You're absolutely right. Anytime we have a greater than or equal to, that equal to tells us that we need to have a closed or an open circle. Which one is it? A closed circle. So you're going to put a closed circle on 10. And it says A is greater than 10. So we want to shade our number line with all of our values that are greater than 10. Good job, guys. I want you to glue that into your journal and out to the side. If this was my journal page and I glued it in and I put my title, the next thing that I would put out to the side was I would make a note. What did we just learn about our open circle and closed circle? We use it when we have this symbol or this symbol, but we close the circle whenever we have equal to. Okay? So please make sure that you write this out to the side of your foldable. Good job, everybody.